Hello, everybody. Welcome to Callaway Talks. Harry Arnett, Sean Toulon's here.
Hi, Harry.
Man, I tell you what, the buzz on the product we're going to talk about right now is truly unlike anything I've seen in this putter category, and that's the new Stroke Lab putter. And it's because, well, I'll tell you, this is the first time I ever tried this thing. You can see how jacked up I am.
I can tell.
I've never had a putter where I literally could tell something was different the very first time I even stroked the putt with it.
Yeah, you absolutely can. What's really interesting is a lot of players can't really articulate what that is.
As I just was unable to do myself.
But they'll say, oh my God, something is really different here. I don't really know what it is, but I know that I like it. And to your point, on tour, really around the world now, these are going in play really fast. I know we say that a lot. But this is truly very, very different, really special. We are so jacked up.
Well, the first thing you notice is, wait, the shaft on it is not a shaft that I'm used to seeing or playing.
It's not, because it's not that. It's not.
That would be why.
It would be
all
very
part
different.
Of the plan.
So a typical putter shaft weighs about 115 or 120 grams and has a certain stiffness. Putter heads have gotten way heavier over the last 20, 30 years, sort of just a very linear progression. Now they're 350, 360 grams. Shafts have not really kept up with that. So shafts have gotten really relatively weaker, so not as strong, not really strong enough to support that extra weight. And they're heavy. There's a lot of trapped weight in the middle of this. We wanted to build a putter that would actually help us redistribute weight. We felt like if we could do that, we could really help golfers with the main reason why they don't putt well. It's because their strokes are no good. So this would actually help you
that makes sense.
Improve your stroke, which
that
it
makes
does.
Sense.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, from average golfers to the best tour players in the world, we've already had 3 wins with this, and it's, we don't ship it for 3 or 4 months.
So why have the putter heads gotten so heavy over the years? What's your thought about that?
Just agronomy has changed. So if you look at, remember the first time you ever heard a green stamped at 10?
Yeah.
And it just
like, whoa!
Scared the bejesus
now
out of you.
Now our practice green out here in Callaway Marketing is like a 12.
Well, it's funny because we were talking to Adam Hadwin when he was in last week getting fitted for it. He said, I used to think, oh my God, the greens are now 11. I don't get, oh my God, the greens are now scary until I hear they're 14 or 15. Think about that. So as greens have gotten faster, head weights have gotten heavier, so they don't have to take such a big stroke. But that has totally taken the putter head, and the putter head has now begun to really control your stroke. That's a really bad idea. What's really interesting, Harry, is, golfers don't align very well. Tour players don't align very well. And it would be better if they did, for sure. But you can be a really good putter even though you don't line up well, as long as your putting stroke is consistent. And the problem is these heads have gotten really heavy. A lot of golfers have gone to these really light grips like Super Stroke. The swing weights have gone out of control, F3. So we took all the weight out of the middle, put a little bit of extra weight in the head, and about 105 grams at the butt end grip and a weight combined. And that shaft now weighs 75 grams, not 115 or 120. So the overall weight of the putter is basically the same, but the balance is totally different. And that's what's really improving golfers' strokes.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because we had, I'd say, an old timer in a few weeks ago who may or may not have been Johnny Miller. And we were talking about this putter.
He was awesome.
And he was, Johnny has such an encyclopedic knowledge of the history of golf, not just the history of golf, but how people played the game, which is, people don't talk like that anymore.
No.
And
he did shoot 63 once.
I heard that. We were talking about putting, and some of the best putters of all time are not strokes that people say you should emulate. I won't say who they are. You all know who they are. And he said the exact same things you did. Is what they did really well was they had their stroke was consistently theirs.
Right.
So they were just more consistent all the time.
Yep. So what we've seen with this new Stroke Lab, and the shaft is really the driver, but we've done incredible things with the head and obviously moving the weights. It's basically improving the MOI of the entire putter, right? But what we see is almost a 25% improvement on the consistency of the length of your backswing. That's really important because that's really storing energy for the downswing and all the way to impact, right? So that's more consistent. Face angle at the back of your backswing now is almost 20% more consistent, which means the amount of rotation you need to get back to square where you'd like it at impact is way more predictable. The height of the putter, the head and the back of the backswing, way more consistent. So this is something where, yes, we can roll the ball better. Yes, we can help you aim it better. But this is even... The step change here is it improves your putting stroke.
So let's talk turkey. How many head models are in the Stroke Lab family here?
I think we cut it back from 400 to like 22.
So it basically is any head you want.
So mallets are really popular on tour. So we have mallets that are both face balanced and also with toe down with the little S neck or a flow neck. And we have all the most popular blades. So for sure, there will be a model that almost any golfer, actually, I wouldn't even qualify that. Any golfer can find a model that will work here.
All right, I'm going on the record today as saying when we look at the putter in the bag over the next 3 to 5 years, you will look at just a dumb steel shaft in your putter the same way you would have looked at a steel shaft in a driver when people started changing the shafts out of their putter. You will
totally
be
agree.
like, why did we ever do that?
No, it's just like, well, why wouldn't you just play a wood driver? Well, that would be dumb, right? No, but sometimes the technology comes that just totally obsoletes everything before it, and I think this is one of them.
And that's the Stroke Lab from Odyssey. I'm making more putts, Sean. You've seen me play golf. You know on this show I'm constantly frustrated with my play, but now I'm making more putts and I'm more excited to get out there.
Yep, I think everybody who touches this putter will see the same thing.
All right, thanks for being on.
Thanks for having me.
Boom.